I think that maybe one small state might go down in history as being the leading state in the fight for a political revolution.
The Bernie Sanders campaign shared Bernie's victory speech from 1990 when he first won his seat in Congress. Now, I want to play this video because this will, it may blow your mind, because Bernie is saying the exact same things in 1990 that he is saying today. Watch.
As I understand it, Congressman Smith has just conceded. There's one point that I've been making throughout the campaign, and I want to make it again tonight. And that is, you all understand that it is not going to be Bernie Sanders or any other member of Congress that's going to bring about the change that we need. That what we need in this country is a mass movement of tens of millions of people who are prepared to stand up and say, we want national health care. We want the millionaires and the multinational corporations who have not been paying their fair share of taxes to start paying. That we want money going into education and environmental protection. And no more Star Wars or stealth bombers. Tonight, as I stand before you, I think that maybe one small state might go down in history as being the leading state in the fight for a political revolution. A political revolution which takes power away from the multinationals and the wealthy and gives it back to the people where it belongs.
That video could have been taken yesterday. Bernie's saying the exact same things back in 1990 as he's saying today. And it's also worth mentioning how big of a deal this was. So Bernie was the first independent elected to Congress since 1950. So it had been quite a while since somebody was actually able to win a seat as an independent, and Bernie did it. And he did it on the same message back then as he's talking about right now. So some of the points he brought up there: building a mass movement. He talks about this at the beginning and end of all his speeches, how it can't just be about him winning. It has to be about people getting involved in the political process, because he understands that's what needs to happen for real things to actually get done. Talks about a national healthcare system, just like he talks about Medicare for all today. Discusses the wealthy and large corporations to paying their fair share. Again, I think everybody knows that Bernie talks about that. Putting money into education and environmental protection. Even back then in 1990, he's talking about putting money into environmental protection. Cutting down on military spending. Again, same thing he's saying today. And of course, building a political revolution, which is what obviously Bernie always talks about. So look, it's not even just about being consistent. It's about being a leader. So Bernie was on these issues long before anybody else was talking about them. That's what makes a leader a leader. Being on the correct side of an issue before it is popular. That is a true leader. Bernie Sanders is a true leader. Now, it's perfectly fine to evolve on issues. I've evolved on many issues. Bernie's evolved on issues as well. But when you have somebody who's on the right side of history on so many of these issues, that's worth something. That means something. You know you can trust Bernie at his word, because he's been talking about these issues forever. And he is only run on individual donors, doesn't have any private fundraisers, doesn't have any corporate backers. Simply, the American people giving him money, being involved, volunteering. That's how Bernie operates. That's how he operates his campaigns. So when he's in there, the only obstacle at that point is the other politicians around him, which is why it requires a mass movement of people to be out there and calling their Congress people, protesting, doing whatever is necessary within, obviously, the law. Don't go. Political revolution means it means nonviolence, just so people understand. But doing whatever is possible through those various means to get this stuff done, to get it pushed through. So the political will in terms of the presidency, if Bernie were to become president, the political will would be there, but it requires everybody else to be involved. And looking back and seeing Bernie saying the same thing back in 1990 as he's saying today, I think just shows you how real Bernie Sanders is.